The tall man, about 1.85 meters tall and with a muscular build, was preparing to climb a giant tree. He was wearing a bright orange protective suit, a helmet, and protective glasses. On his back was a backpack containing necessary tools and a large chainsaw. This ancient tree had a large canopy and a trunk so large that it would take 6 men to hug it. It had existed for hundreds of years and was a symbol of this area. The man began to climb the tree using safety ropes and specialized hooks. He moved up professionally and carefully, each step was sure and determined. A gentle wind blew, making the leaves of the tree rustle and create a soft sound. From where he was standing, he could see the whole scene around him. Houses were scattered about, cars were moving on the road, and people were busy with their daily work. He knew that his job was not just to cut down the tree, but also to protect the safety of everyone around him. He started to cut down the small branches first. The rumbling sound of the chainsaw made the leaves and small branches fall slowly. Each time he sawed, he carefully observed the direction of the branches to make sure they did not cause damage to the houses and cars below. Each cut branch fell to the ground with a dry sound, causing a few passers-by to stop and look up. After finishing the small branches, he moved on to the larger branches. The work became more difficult, but he still maintained a high level of concentration. The chainsaw made louder noises, and the tree shook gently every time a large branch was cut down. Sweat began to bead on his forehead, but that did not diminish his determination and skill. He continued to work steadily and precisely, one saw stroke after another. Once all the large branches had been cut away, the trunk of the ancient tree was left bare. He began the process of lowering the trunk. Each large section was carefully sawed off and lowered slowly using a system of pulleys and cables. He stopped each time he lowered a section to make sure everything went smoothly and safely. The people living nearby seemed to be used to this work and they watched with interest, occasionally chatting with each other about the progress of the work. Section by section, the ancient tree was gradually lowered. The work lasted all morning and afternoon, with moments of tension but also excitement. When the last section of the trunk was lowered to the ground, the man felt a sense of relief and satisfaction. He looked up at the ancient tree, now just a large stump, and felt his success. He packed up his tools and checked the surrounding area to make sure there were no more dangers. The people around thanked him for his careful and safe work. He smiled, nodded, and left the area, carrying with him a sense of happiness and pride in the work he had done. The sky began to change as dusk fell, the last rays of the day filtering through the remaining foliage, creating a beautiful and peaceful scene. The job was done, and the tall man with the big chainsaw had done his job, keeping the neighborhood safer and tidier.